Oh boy, I got some chocolate. I got a rock. Hey there, everybody. When you think of people that give gifts to good children, who do you think of? Some answers may include Santa, the Easter Bunny, and Bubaba. Is this your old allergy medication? But there's also a guy known as the Great Pumpkin that does just this, and he's the subject of a Halloween special that involves a lonely Midwestern guy with a beagle that isn't me, known as Charlie Brown, which is the topic of this video. So grab your popcorn, and let's watch this incredibly relatable film. So we fade in to see two children known as Linus and Lucy going to a pumpkin patch to pick out a pumpkin that they then carve. This segment has no plot importance whatsoever. Anyway, after the freaky title sequence that always scared me as a kid, we get a much nicer scene of Charlie Brown's beagle Snoopy helping him rake leaves, which is impressive because my dog's a beagle and he's never helped me rake leaves. We're burning daylight here, Mackinac. Eventually, though, Linus ruins Charlie Brown's leaf pile by jumping into it with a lollipop like an idiot, which if one of my friends did that after I raked, there would be some consequences. Is somebody there? Anyway, if Charlie Brown's day isn't already bad enough, Lucy comes over and messes with Charlie Brown by pulling away a football he was gonna kick, probably giving him acute brain trauma. This scene also has no plot importance, but it really should be mentioned because it really shows how similar Charlie Brown's life is to mine. Anyway, the next scene actually begins our plot and involves Linus running to the Great Pumpkin in the most blinding pink painted room I've ever seen. Now, the Great Pumpkin is a guy who's supposed to rise from the pumpkin patch and fill the desires of good kids, as pumpkins do. Can you help me get a girlfriend? Anyway, all the kids except Sally rag on Linus for believing in a magic pumpkin, but personally, I'd more so be ragging on him for writing to the magic pumpkin. Because where's he gonna send the letter to? I highly doubt the Great Pumpkin's address is as simple as the North Pole. The Great Pumpkin lives in Fremont, Nebraska? Anyway, Linus goes outside so he can post a letter in the 6-foot-tall mailbox, and Lucy comes with him to yell at him. But while they are out there, they see Charlie Brown, who's happy for once, because he just got invited to a Halloween party for the first time. Now, Lucy's an unlicensed psychiatrist, so naturally she's gonna try and drum up business by making everyone around her as unhappy as possible, which is why she tells Charlie Brown that he shouldn't have been invited, and it makes him sad, which is honestly a fair business tactic. Ever since my dog died, I've been really sad. Nobody likes you. Anyway, in the next scene, it cuts back to the blinding pink room where all the kids are making Halloween costumes and getting dressed. Now, most of these kids are unoriginal and are going as ghosts, but some of them are going as other stuff, like Lucy and this forgettable girl who are going as witches, and Charlie Brown who's going as an idiot because he can't cut two simple holes into a sheet, likely due to the blinding pink wallpaper. I can't see where I'm cutting. Snoopy also dresses up like a World War I flying ace, which is more than my dog has ever done on Halloween because normally he just leaves a steamer in the front lawn. Kids, don't touch that chocolate. Anyway, the kids leave, and on the way they stop to rag on Linus, who plans to spend the night in a pumpkin patch, and Sally also decides to tag along with them, despite the fact that it's a horrible idea considering North Midwestern weather at that time of the year. Oh no, we're sinking in the mud. After that, the kids go trick-or-treating, and Charlie Brown gets screwed by the entire Minnesota population who's only willing to give him rocks while all the other kids get edible things. Now, while I do feel bad for Charlie Brown for only getting rocks, at the same time, those kids are going to be really jealous when they've eaten all their candy, and Charlie Brown has a nice sturdy stone path to his house. The craftsmanship is nuts. Anyway, while all the kids are doing their peaceful things, Snoopy is hallucinating or something, taking part in the most crazy World War I dogfight I've ever seen. I don't know how Snoopy gained these pilot skills because he doesn't have hands, but from what I've seen, if I'm ever in a war and I see Snoopy on the other side, I'm getting out of there as soon as possible. Sorry guys, I gotta go. Anyway, Snoopy gets shot down by the Red Baron and begins navigating the World War I enemy French countryside, which in real life is just Midwestern suburbia. Boy, I love this new rake from Menards. Anyway, Snoopy unknowingly enters a house that also has bright pink wallpaper and is where the Halloween party is taking place. And this Halloween party is really lame because 90% of it is spent ragging on Charlie Brown and only a small portion is spent doing the stuff I like doing at parties like dancing to World War I songs and bobbing for apples. Dude, I'm never inviting you to a party ever again. Anyway, Snoopy leaves and takes a shortcut through the pumpkin patch where Sally and Linus are sitting being morons, and when Linus sees Snoopy rising from behind a pumpkin, he thinks it's a Great Pumpkin and faints. Anyway, Sally's mad because she's missed Halloween and only seen a dog, so she yells at Linus, and the rest of the Minnesota children come over to rag on him. Then everyone leaves Linus sitting alone in the pumpkin patch after all that. I thought Minnesotans were supposed to be nice. Now, similarly to me fishing, Linus doesn't know when to give up, so he sits in that patch till 4 a.m. on November 1st when Lucy finds him, which is incredibly unrealistic because knowing North Midwest weather patterns, by November 1st he should already be buried under at least a foot of snow. Anyway, Linus learns not from his mistakes and basically says he'll do the same thing next year, and that ends the film. What's the moral? I have no clue. Thanks for watching.